Hi everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. But if you are new, welcome. So I haven't been on here for like a whole year, but I decided to come back because I just felt inspired to come back to YouTube and to make videos. But I wanted to finish what I started last year, which was a short little Bible series. It was called my Habakkuk special, and I didn't get to finish the last chapter, which was chapter 3. So what I want to do before I start posting all these other YouTube videos and stuff, I want to finish what I started. So that's what I'll be talking about in this video. I'll be going over chapter 3 of Habakkuk and ending my series there. So come along with me. Well, basically, if you weren't in my, if you haven't watched my other 2 videos, those were over the first 2 chapters of Habakkuk. This is over the last one. But basically, a short little summary of what happened before I go into today. Basically, God's people, they're messing up once again, which they're always doing, we're always doing, so it's just going to continuously be happening. But God is about to punish his people. He's going to discipline them, obviously, because he doesn't just bless us. He doesn't just give us all the good things, withhold all types of punishments. He does correct us as need be. So Habakkuk, he's a prophet. So basically, he's talking to God. He doesn't think that God sees what's going on right now, his people disobeying him and all that. But just because God is silent doesn't mean that he's not paying attention or that he doesn't see what's going on. So Habakkuk is basically praying to God and telling him that they need to be corrected and such. And then God tells them that he's going to correct his people, but he's going to use a very, 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 and I mean very, terrible group to be the agent of said punishment. And so, of course, that leads to Habakkuk being very confused because he's like, why are you using this bad group of people to correct us? You need to worry about basically correcting them. And if you see me leaning over, I got my computer right here with my notes. But yeah, so he doesn't understand why God is using such a bad group of people to come and destroy and wreak havoc among his people. But God has a plan for everything, and that's basically what we're going to talk about today. So Habakkuk and God, they're going back and forth like a Q&A session type thing. But after that, he prays. Habakkuk prays. And his tone is now shifting from argumentative to 1, a plea for God's mercy, 2, review of God's power, and 3, praise for God. So in the first part of this chapter, Habakkuk is pleading for God's mercy. And so basically what mercy means is withholding deserved punishment. So us as sinners, we will always be doing wrong every single day, even if we don't mean to, even if we don't even realize it's a sin or something, we're always messing up. So God, he gives a lot of mercy to us every single day. He allows us to wake up every single day, even though we don't deserve to, even though we sin against him all the time, even though we may do things over and over, do the same sin over and over that we need to stop doing. But that's basically what mercy is withholding deserved punishment. And so Habakkuk, he's basically pleading to God. He's talking about, I know what you've done for my ancestors. I know what you've done for our people. He brought them out of Egypt during Exodus. He helped them when they were in the wilderness, all of that type stuff. And so, yes, Habakkuk thinks that God's people do need judgment brought upon them. They need punishment, but he just wants God in this moment to remember his mercy and to not be, I guess, too harsh. Because remember, this is a bad group of people. They have a reputation and they are really scary. So of course, Habakkuk, as a human, he is very fearful right now, but ultimately he has to trust in God. But it is still okay to be confused and to ask questions, because that's why God's here. We want to get an understanding from him as much as we can, and then we have to depend on him for the rest. After Habakkuk's done pleading for God's mercy, at least for now, he then goes, I guess you could say he thinks or he reflects or he reviews God's power. And he basically just goes on to talk about his great power and how his anger can shift so much in the heavens and in the earth, because of course he created everything. He has control and power over everything. And I have a study Bible, and so something that I found that I liked, it said the earth and its inhabitants are at his disposal. They respond in fear to God's approach. So a lot of this part is like verses 3 through 15. It's basically talking about how nations tremble, how the earth was I guess you could say divided by rivers and stuff. And you can just hear a lot of talk of God's anger and how he's moving and he's marching on. And it's not like I don't want to make you like scared of his anger or something, but we do have to realize that, as I said before, as he does bless his people, he also has to correct and he has to hand out that discipline. We as his people, we do not just get a free pass. We do not just say we believe in the Lord and we can keep it moving and we know we're going to heaven. No, as we still mess up, we still need to get our fair share of discipline. Just like in our families, if we keep doing stuff wrong, our parents are going to keep grounding us. They're going to take our phones. They're going to make us do chores. They're going to do all that stuff to discipline us and to make sure that we try and make an effort to not do those same sins or to not keep messing up, because we do know what's coming. And yes, there is a little fear, but mostly we are in awe of God and his amazing power. But don't underestimate him. Don't undermine him. So basically, God's presence is more than we should ever ask of him, honestly. So knowing that he is omniscient, which means he's all-knowing, knowing that he's omnipresent, he's present everywhere at all times. So he's with me, he's with you watching this video, he's with your parents, your grandparents, whoever. And he's omnipotent, yes, which means he's all-powerful. So that should give us a lot of peace of mind, even if it seems like trouble is all around us, even if it seems like our agent of punishment we don't understand why that person or that thing is our agent of judgment, our agent of punishment. Trust, at the end of the day, it is to benefit God's people and to bring back glory to him. He knows what he's doing. We have to trust in him. And so Habakkuk is starting to realize this as he is reviewing God's power, which leads to the next part, which is a praise for God. In the last part of Habakkuk chapter 3, it is praise for God. And so that's the verses 16 through 19. So basically, Habakkuk, he ends his whole spiel, his whole Q&A session with God, his arguments, his pleas, all of that. And he basically just comes to the realization that even though things may not always look good, it's part of God's plan. And what I like that is said in the Bible, I need to find, like, I can't remember if it said it like in my study Bible, like in the little notes, or if it said it in scripture. I think it said it in the scripture. But basically, Habakkuk says that he is counting on God's rule to prevail. And that is what we should do as well. Trust me, I know that is a lot easier said than done. It seems like all this negative stuff is going on. It seems like bad things are happening to us. Good things are happening to bad people. All of that. Trust me, I know that on a personal level. I'm still dealing with that right now. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that God knows what is best. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. God knows what is best, because I need to hear that for myself too. But he has a plan. Even if this may be very confusing to us, nothing is confusing to him. Nothing happens without God knowing. And he allows for things to happen to strengthen his people, to let us know that he means business, because he will discipline us, he will correct us, but he also blesses us. And he gives a lot of his tough battles to some of his strongest soldiers. So please remember that if you're out there dealing with anything, if you feel like it's just bad things upon bad things upon bad things coming on you right now, just think. And I found a scripture that I really like. It's not in Habakkuk, but it can relate to this. And it's Romans 8:18. And it basically says, what we suffer now is nothing, and I mean nothing, compared to the joy that is coming. So what may seem bad right now, the discipline that may seem hard, trust me, this is all a part of God's plan to build us up, to allow us to see that we're doing wrong and that we need to turn the other way. This is sin right here. If you're walking towards it, go ahead and hit that U-turn, because you do not want to keep going over here and keep getting your feelings hurt by God, because you get tired after it. You get tired of it after a long time. So please just hit that 180. Yes, don't do a 360, because then you'll be back. But hit that 180. Trust me, it'll be worth it. So what I want to like end this little part with saying is, however, trouble does not always last always. Let me repeat that. Trouble does not last always. And whatever agent of punishment, whether that be a person, whether that be a thing that God sends, don't worry about them. Don't worry about why the bad people are getting all these good things handed to them, because God takes care of business. We don't know how he operates. We don't have to know. As long as we've got him, we know who he is, we believe in who he is, he's going to continuously stand on business, like how we like to say. He's standing on business. So always remember that. Please. But that brings us to the end of our Habakkuk study, our Habakkuk special. That's chapters 1, 2, and 3. I hope you did understand. If you do have any questions or anything like that, my Instagram is going to be down below. You could leave any questions in the comment section, but trust me, I am not perfect. So I may teach these lessons. I may give you little Bible summaries on Instagram like how I do. But seriously, please know that I'm not perfect. Please know that I'm still struggling too. I'm not trying to come off as a hypocrite or anything like that. I'm not trying to seem like I've got it all together, because I don't. Some of this stuff I still need to hear, and sometimes it's hard to wrap around my own brain, but that's why you just keep repeating it. You keep applying it to your life. You keep doing what you need to do so that you can get it up here, so that things can become manageable. I'm not going to say easy, because life as a Christian is not easy, but it is so worth it. So this is my Bible, y'all. I've had this for many years. But what I liked about, because I did mention this in the first video, I learned this lesson at my old school. And what I liked is that she had us get out a note card, so it can be a regular note card. And what she told us to do is write on it, though, and you can put a blank. I said, though life is hard, but you can put anything that you want, anything that applies to you. So though I said life is hard, I will rejoice in God, because I know good things are coming. Like I said, what we suffer now is nothing compared to the joy that is coming. So if this is something that can help you, something you could write down, it's like a sticky note. You could put it on your mirrors, in your room, in your bathroom, wherever you need to see it. If you just need like a daily reminder or anything like that, this can help a lot. And I know I need to start pulling this out more, especially now, because I got some things going on. But seriously, I know it is not easy. It really is not. But it is so worth it in the end. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I pray that you got some type of understanding, even if it was one thing from this video that you could get. I hope that you do. And I will be trying to be more consistent on YouTube, because that is something that I struggle with. But I'm going to try and post like every other week, maybe. And then if I get comfortable, I'll try and do every week. But I don't know about that one yet. But right now, I am going to have this video coming out and then another one this weekend. So those are going to be 2 videos real closely posted together. But after that, it will be like every other week. I just wanted to get these 2 videos out. But thank you again for watching. I pray that you are encouraged, and thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.